So today we're going to be walking through how to connect Postgres SQL and Supabase to n8n. We're going to be building our own AI RAG agent, and we're going to be going through this step by step together, from building it out in n8n to even connecting all of the credentials and getting set up on Supabase. So first, very high level, we're going to be using Postgres as the memory of our AI agent, and we're going to be using Supabase as our vector database. So without wasting any time, let's just jump right into it. We're going to start off in a new workflow in n8n, and we're going to start this workflow off with a chat trigger, and then we're going to hook this up to an AI agent. And then we're just going to quickly add an OpenAI chat model. So I'm going to be using GPT 4.1 mini, which should be sufficient for this demo. So I'm just going to test out this agent, make sure that it works. So all good, agent is working, just said hi, hello. So everything's working fine. Now the next step that we're going to do is we're going to add the Postgres chat memory. And if you don't already have a Postgres account, that's totally fine. We're going to create a new credential and walk through exactly how to set this up together. So there's lots of different things that we will have to change here. We'll have to change the host, user, password, and even the port. So in order to get this set up, we're actually going to move over to Supabase. So we're going to create a new account and just sign up. And then you will have to confirm your email address. So just go ahead and confirm your email address, and you'll be taken to this page in Supabase. So once signed in, we're going to want to create a new organization. So we'll just stick to the free personal plan and go ahead and create that organization. So now we're going to create a new project within our organization, and then we're going to add a database password as well. You will want to remember this password because it will be feeding into n8n later. So once you've done this, once you've set this up, go ahead and click Create New Project. Now to set up Postgres, we're going to want to click the Connect button up here. This will give us this page right here, which looks very confusing, but if you go over to type, you can change this to Postgres SQL. And now if we move back into n8n and we move into this credential page, there's a few things that we can change here. So starting out with host, going back to Supabase, we're going to want to go down to the transaction pooler, and then right here after this -h. So this is exactly what we want to copy paste right into this host area. Now moving on to the database, we're going to keep this at Postgres, user, back into Supabase. We're going to go right into this after the -u. We're going to copy this. We're going to paste that back into the user. Then we're going to add the password that we used for this database. And then last but not least, we've got the port at the bottom. And this we can find back in Supabase right here, this -p, so 6543. That's what we're going to want to copy and paste into n8n. So once you have that, go ahead and save. Credential has successfully been created. So we know that it worked. We have it labeled already, Postgres account 2 is fine for now. So now our agent should have memory. So we're just going to test this out and see what happens. So we can say, hi, my name is Brennan. See what happens. So it did call that Postgres chat memory node. It said, hello, Brennan, how can I assist you today? Maybe I can ask it, what is my name? Let's see what it does. So it says, your name is Brennan, how can I help you further? So now if we go back into Supabase, we go into the table editor, we now have a table called n8n chat history. So this will be the history of our chats with this AI agent. And you can see that there's 4 chats, and there's 2 chats representing human. So this would be our input. And then there's 2 chats that represent the AI, which would be the AI response. You can see that this is my first response. Hi, my name is Brennan. Next one is the agent's response. Hello, Brennan. How can I assist you today? So that's where it's going to save our chat history. So now our next step is we're going to add a tool, which is going to be the Supabase Vector Storage. We're also going to add an embeddings model as well using OpenAI. I'm not going to get too deep into the weeds there, but we're going to add that in for now. So what we're going to do with this Supabase Vector Store is that this AI agent is going to be able to retrieve documents that have been stored in Supabase. So the first thing that we need to do is add documents to Supabase. So now the next step is to hook up our Supabase account and actually connect it to this Supabase Vector Store node. So I'm already connected here through a credential. So I'm going to create a new credential, and we'll walk through exactly how to set this up together. So you can see that the only 2 things that we need are a host and a service role secret. So let's jump right back into Supabase and grab those 2 things. So once back in Supabase, it's pretty simple to find this information. So if you go to the left-hand sidebar and you go all the way down to project settings, we click project settings and then go down to data API. And now what you'll find here is that you will have the URL at the very top. So we'll want to grab that URL right now so we can copy that, paste that right into n8n. And now back to Supabase, you can see that it actually says that the API keys have moved. So click go to API keys, and there is your service role secret API key. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy and paste this key right into n8n. So there we go. We have inputted both the host and the service role secret. So let's save that. Credential has successfully been created. So let's go. So that's a good thing. So now the next step is to actually add documents to our database. So the whole point of adding this node is to give the AI agent the tool, the ability to grab information from documents that have been loaded to this database. Right now, there aren't any documents. So the next step is to create our Supabase Vector Store within the platform so we can actually push documents to it. So let's go ahead and click Documents right here. So let's go down to the quick start for setting up your vector store. So now all I want you to do is copy this code, head back into Supabase, go into Skool editor, go ahead and paste this code in there, and then click run. And it should return with success, no rows returned. And now what you will have is a second table titled documents. Right now, there are no documents within this table, but what we're going to do in n8n right now is we're going to create a mini workflow that actually pushes documents to this table. So now moving directly into that, we're going to add a new node called download file. So within this Google Drive download file node, we're just going to select download as the operation. Then we're going to select the specific document that we want to download. So I'm choosing this Pets for Life FAQ document for a fictional pet shop company. So here's the document that I will be uploading to Supabase. So that's perfect. Now that we have that node set up, now we can add a Supabase Vector Store node as well. And this time we're going to select Add Documents to Vector Store. So our operation is going to be Insert Documents. The table name that we want to insert this document to is called Documents within Supabase. And now what will happen is if we execute this download file, you can see that the file was downloaded successfully. So from here, we're going to want to add our document loader and our embeddings. I'm not going to dive specifically into what these all mean. We're just going to set this up for this demo. So for embeddings, we're going to add an OpenAI embeddings model, and then we're going to add the default data loader as well. And then within the default data loader, we're going to switch the type of data to binary. Then we're going to be adding a recursive splitter as well. So now all we have to do is hit run. So it'll download that file, and then hit run on the Supabase Vector Store. And there you go. It's been executed successfully. Now let's go to Supabase and see whether it's in there. So this document is now loaded into Supabase. As you can see, all of the data that has been saved here is coming directly from our Pets for Life FAQ document. So if you look at what is Pets for Life is a company that helps people care for pets. Yada, yada, yada. You go back to Supabase. The very first thing that was loaded is exactly this. And you even have the embeddings vector data and then also the metadata as well. And now if we go back to our agent here, let's go ahead and finish up the setup for our Supabase Vector Store node in the agent. We're going to want it to be able to pull from the documents table, and we're just going to tell it to use the documents within this table when asked about the company Pets for Life. So now let's test it out. Let's ask it, what is the return policy for Pets for Life? So you can see that it's accessing the Supabase Vector Store to pull that information. And the response that it gave was Pets for Life's return policy is as follows. Unopened items can be returned within 30 days. You need to contact them at support@petsforlife.com to start your return. So let's just quickly check and see if that is correct. So here's the return policy right here. Unopened items can be returned within 30 days. Contact us at support@petsforlife.com to start a return. So that's pulling directly from that document using a vector database. And there you go. That's how you build an AI RAG agent that is able to pull information from documents loaded into a Supabase vector storage. And also keep in mind that this AI agent right now really has no system prompting at all. It just has "You are a helpful assistant." So really you'd like to build this out a bit more and tell it exactly when to call upon the Supabase vector storage tool and when not to. But what you'd like to do is tell it that it has access to a Supabase vector storage, which has X information, and that you should call it to answer X questions, just really being prescriptive on the system message. But anyways, that'll be all for this one. Supabase and Postgres are really powerful tools that you can use for your RAG AI agents. I appreciate you following along, and if you want to learn more about AI, then make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more. Thanks.